Hey guys, I made some progress on the remote control receiver, went through and recapped it, and now volume up and down is fully functioning. Here's down, and here's up. And the channel changing is still working fine. But what's not is the power. But at least I know why. It's because of this big thing down here, which is what they call a latching on-off relay with thermal protector. Well, I did a whole bunch of reading up on relays. I didn't know much about what a latching relay was, and I found that there's a bunch of different kinds, and more specifically these days, this type seems to be called an impulse relay. What it does is, every time you energize the coil, it toggles its state to either be on or off. There's also sequence relays. There's a variety of different kinds, but this particular type, energize the coil, it trips the relay one way, and you can take power off the coil and it remembers that state. And if you pulse it again, it flips it the other way. Remove the power and it remembers that state. More common type of latching relay, you apply power to the coil in one polarity and it switches and remembers its state, and if you want to switch it the other way, you reverse the polarity. Another type has two coils. Energize one coil to turn it on, energize another coil to turn it off. The type, this one, is like a toggle action. Well, it's not working right. It looks like a finicky mechanism. I tried working it a little bit, and it just seems like it's just maybe flaky or worn out. So I've been exploring options for replacement, and that led down quite a bit of research. I was finding ones that were well over $100, or they weren't being made anymore. Finally found one that's carried by Grainger that is looking promising. Also Walmart has one, but the one at Grainger was only about $29. It's expensive, but not as much as some of the other ones. The one at Walmart was closer to $50. So I think I'm going to pick one up and order up some other goodies from Grainger while I'm at it, and when that arrives, I will pop it in, and hopefully that'll do the trick. And meanwhile, I am going to put this chassis back in the cabinet, hook up to the full-size picture tube. The replacement relay has arrived. Finder brand, never heard of that one before. Meant to snap into some type of rail system, I imagine. There'd be a number of these in a row. So I'm going to have to figure out how to mount this. There are no holes or tabs or anything to screw this down to anything. Actually, it's meant to snap into something, but I'll see what I can do. And I don't think it's going to fit inside the original enclosure. However, this is the best I could find. It's got exactly the type of functionality I need. They call it an impulse or a sequence relay. So it's pretty simple. We got A1, A2, that's the coil, and 1 and 2 are the contacts. They show the two possible positions here, open and close. So we just got 1 and 2. That would go to the TV for power, and then A1, A2, that goes to the little remote control relay that will provide 120 volts AC to energize the coil, and each time it's energized, it toggles between on and off. And they also provide a mechanical switch here and a visual indicator, so you can make sure it's working right. Now, as things often go in my workshop, while waiting for this to arrive in the mail, I moved on to another project. So until I get this off the workbench, I can't actually try this out, sorry to say. Meanwhile, what I've been working on is another predictor set, so you will be seeing footage on this shortly. I hope to have this wrapped up soon and get the GE back up here, and I'll try this relay out. And if that works, I think that'll pretty much wrap up that project.